So this is a book, it's a textbook for the science of mind and spirit. And it was written by Ernest Holmes and published in its reworked form or fashion in 1938. The original is a really cool piece of work that was published in 1926. And if you ever want to look at the 1926 version of the Science of Mind textbook, you will have fun with that. All of the stuff in there about all of the healing modalities and the spiritual explorations we've ever done are in there. It's very fascinating. Anyway, this is the one that we're going to be working from today. And I want to share just a little bit with you that goes with my reflection. So, let's see if we can do this. This is on page 33. And it happens to be in the first part of the introduction called The Thing Itself, which is our topic today. When we learn to trust the universe, we shall be happy, prosperous, and well. We must learn to come under that divine government and accept the fact that nature's table is ever filled. Never was there a cosmic famine. The finite alone has wrought and suffered. The infinite lies stretched in smiling repose. God is always God, no matter what our emotional storm or what our objective situation may be. There is always something hidden in the inner being that has never been violated. We may stumble, but always there is that eternal voice forever whispering in our ear, that thing which causes the eternal quest, that thing which forever sings and sings. And in the next passage, there is another mention of this thing that is within each of us. There is that within every individual which partakes of the nature of the universal wholeness, and insofar as it operates, is God. That is the meaning of the word Emmanuel, the meaning of the word Christ. There is that within each of us that partakes of the nature of the divine being, and since it partakes of the nature of the divine being, we are divine. So this morning, this theme called The Thing Itself is about this idea that there is spirit with a capital S, the I Am principle, creator of the universe, anything you wish to call it that feels right for you. And by the way, you get to change that as often as you like. But whatever that thing is, there is something in you and in me that has always been there and can never disappear. It can neither be added to nor taken away from. It's always present. It's in every one of us, just like the song says. One of the things that I was thinking about, not coincidentally, considering that we just moved through holidays often accompanied by gift giving, was this idea that our beliefs, our mentality, are like wrapping paper. So often we are told that the gifts have already been given, that every possibility already exists in the mind of Spirit Creator, the I Am principle, the universe, whatever you wish to use. And that what lies between us and those gifts being our experience is simply unwrapping them. And we can either unwrap them or cover them up with what we believe. And I realized, well, gosh, there are some things that I have believed in which have temporarily appeared in my experience, and I thought, yay, I got it. And then something happened. It got covered up again. And I thought, sometimes when you're in a birthday party or a Christmas celebration or some event where there's gift giving, we tear the wrapper off and we do the yay thing. And when we throw the wrapper down on the floor, what if we never put it out with the recycling? What if we never fully disposed of that piece of wrapping paper and it just sort of fell down and covered that gift up again? And I'm like, darn, I thought I had that. but it doesn't seem to be apparent. What we can do is unwrap it again. And it won't be as difficult as the first time because we've already taken off the tape and the bow. We saw it briefly so we know it exists. It won't be as difficult to unwrap the second time. And maybe what would go good with that, would go well with that, is the realization that there's nothing bad or wrong about having accidentally covered it up. Right? Shakespeare knew it, and so did a lot of others, that nothing is good or bad, but thinking makes it so. So just say, oh, I seem to have covered up that gift, and I would rather have it uncovered. So I think I'll just do that again. And maybe as we're able to transform our believing, we'll stop creating so much wrapping paper, so many barriers, so many covers to those gifts. And let them just be laid before us as they truly are already. So what I would like to invite you all to do with me is to take a moment to do a brief meditation around this idea. So we're going to do something together that is about our wrapping paper. It is about recognizing that within each of us there is that still small voice, which, by the way, is willing to be active, is willing to be big, is willing to be audible. It doesn't have to be still and small. It can be big. It can be passionate. I was thinking about that today. That when you put clarity and purpose together with power, you get passion. And that is a good thing. That is a good thing. So what we're going to do right now is take a moment to reflect. I invite you to close your eyes and just, if you can, even in the enthusiasm of this realization, focus on your breath. Focus on the fullness of that energy, which is likely rushing to fill that opening that we have co-created with our attention right now. And recognize that voice, that presence, that thing itself which knows in you. It's like greeting an old friend, a dear friend who's always there no matter how much time has passed. As you bask in that recognition, in your mind's eye, lift your eyes and look around you. See that there are gifts everywhere you turn. Some wrapped, some unwrapped. Heaps of them. And beyond them, more still of every favorite thing. They sparkle as love, peace, joy, harmony, energy, creativity, life, beauty, and on ad infinitum. As we deeply recognize this presence, this identity within, we know What we see is the truth of all that is. And what we feel is the truth of who we are. And we are made of the same stuff. And so it is with great power and clarity that we passionately and gratefully know this truth about ourselves and all life. I invite you to just take this into your heart of hearts and store this in a place where you will recognize and remember it daily. Take a deep breath and return to this space with me now as you open your eyes. And we will sing, Creator of the universe. Us all, inspiring us in every moment, because that is how we were designed. We were made by it, of it. We are made by it and of it. It is the truth of our being, and that truth permeates every aspect of our experience always. Because this is so, I know, that our minds are one with divine mind. Our bodies are one with the body of spirit. Our hearts are one with the heart of all creation. Our lives are one with that one life. I know and speak my word, recognizing that doing so makes room for it as our experience, that this is the truth of who we are. This perfection already exists. This gift is already within us. We have an inner knower, an inner recognizer that knows and recognizes those same gifts and qualities everywhere we look. And we come together to co-create, to co-manifest in greater and greater ways that magnificence as our lives and as our world. And it is good and very, very good. In gratitude for this, I simply release my word, knowing that it is already done. And together we say, and so it is.